Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 Mini Bite, hosted by J.M. Brady. And I am your host, J.M. Brady. How's it going, y'all? Yes, it's finally that time to go ahead and do another Mini Bites episode. And right here, after the J-Men shows renewal for another couple of years. And then that includes this series too. Matter of fact, all of the J360 series have been renewed for 3 years. Why 3, you ask? Because why not? The thing about it is, you want to see how you go through all this stuff in the end. And I like to say, 3 years, that would be the topper. But as usual, things are optional and can change at any time. And that being said, though, I'm sitting here testing out a few things because I'm also bringing back another J360 series, of course. And that includes, you've heard of it before, it's the PowerPlay series. And let me tell you this, right? Everybody out there who managed to get their next-gen systems or whatever, okay, all jokes aside, congratulations. But with all the crazy stuff going on here, you guys deserve some sort of victory, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a clap, you know what I mean? Little things like that. Yeah, y'all should be happy about what you've achieved, and congratulations and all. I just hope you all put it where it needs to be at, and not try to stuff it on a shelf or make it look like it's junk or whatever, because these people went through a lot to design these systems. Well, I don't know about Series X. I mean, it really just more or less just looks like a monolith if you think about it. Like, it just pretty much is the same design as always. Like, if you look at it, like, every single Xbox console kind of looks similar to one another. And this thing here, it just looks like a well-rounded stump. Not hating on it, mind you. I love Halo and all the Xbox exclusives. I don't have a problem with it. Considering, like, what isn't an Xbox exclusive now since they done bought out Bethesda. Well, the parent company of Bethesda, but, it's just like, I just didn't think it would happen that way, One hell of a move. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. Now we just got to see how petty new gaming can be. And it has gotten petty, because you got some people out there like, oh yeah, it's totally worth it, Jay. It's a lot faster and everything else. And I'm like, that's cool. But what do the games look like? Well, can't answer that yet, right? Dare I say it, though, I'm not trying to diss the next gen just because it doesn't seem to have a lot lined up. I'm sure it does. It's just development's going to take some time. And not only that, I'm sure as soon as either first quarter 2021 or second quarter 2021, there's going to be some real interesting things. I would have said serious S, but I'm not going to cuss on the show. Not this time. And not only that, we're not going to talk about anything regarding political statements right now. Give you guys a little break from it. Matter of fact, I looked at some of the old stuff I have around here, and I got a lot to present on the PowerPlay series, as a matter of fact. So I'm just working around here to see exactly what still comes on and everything else, See what works and what doesn't. And right off the bat, I got a lot of fighting games around here. And speaking of which, I had a hard time playing them. Man, say what you will, but the PlayStation 2 controller is not entirely built for Capcom fighters. Because, back in the day, we all had that 6-pad. Remember that back in the day? Shoot. Just sitting there playing that bad boy. I mean, it gave fighting sticks a run for its money back in the day. But, as long as you had that and, like, the awesome D-pad that could actually roll and you could do all of your combos with it. Oh, man, I relived those days. You know what I mean? I love those days. I just wish that same design could have just passed on from like generation to generation. But in a way it had, but you had to go ahead and look for like who designed it, like whether it would be Mad Cats when they were around, or what was the other one? It was like Infotech, something like that. Not Logitech, but it was like Infotech, something like that. And Nyko. God, whatever happened to those classic third-party accessory builders? But you know something, though? It kind of lives on now, because I was sitting here playing Street Fighter 30th anniversary on the Xbox One, to which I found my Xbox One fight pad still in the box. And then I like finally took it out again. Yeah, I keep the boxes around, you know, just in case I move, which I am going to do. But I'm like, oh my God. It's sitting right here, and it still feels new. So I popped that in along with the Street Fighter game and had a real awesome session, which is why the episode's late. And man, Sagat be cheating. I'm just saying. With that long-ass reach of his, man, and I just had to really get underneath and give him a sure you can to the point where his scar could feel it. Little things like that. And it was the perfect match, too, man. It's like he wouldn't let up, and neither would I. The battle just going back and forth. And I was like, yes! Yes! I'm telling you, man, like when you have those ultimate matches like that, you won't look nowhere else. And what's really fun about the Xbox One that I have, you know, it has a lot of retro fighting games on it. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and test out some Fatal Fury when I get done over here. Yeah, y'all remember Fatal Fury? Much like Sam's show, that needs a revival too. And you see, I'm also not in a rush to get anything, you know, for the next gen right now, because now this is only a rumor, but from what I heard, some information from Capcom has leaked out, and I use quotes around leaked. There is a Street Fighter 6 coming, and not only that, it's supposed to be multi-released. It's supposed to be for all of the consoles, even the Xbox One and the PS4s. And I'm like, see, there you go. I don't really have to go nowhere. Yep, all I gotta do is just sit back and chill for a little bit, and just go ahead and just swipe that, bring it in, because as far as I'm concerned, like, the backwards compatibility is really the selling point for these new systems now, right? So, yeah, if I go ahead and I just do that, and then just pop them into the next gens and let it play off of there with a little upscaling, I'm not missing much, and I still save money. Ain't that good? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. However, you know, some other people are going about their lack of a next-gen console a lot harder than I am. Beat them now. But there are others that just don't care. And then there are some people that actually left gaming in general just saying that, you know, it's all just a cash cow now. It's all just, it's not niche. It's just open to everybody. And I'm like, well, isn't that kind of the point? I mean, why not have something be open to everybody and we all experience it in a different way? You know what I mean? Like, it's all about really the enjoyment, not just about the money you spend. Of course, you want to hope that the money you spend is actually worth every dollar. Well, with the games being $70 now, I better not see too much of DLC being shoved down our throats, but I know it's going to happen. So you figure, well, with that 70 now, and how DLC could probably be like 15, so it's like 85, and we're not even considering taxes. Delaware don't have tax, by the way. Sales tax. It has taxes. Don't have sales tax. But I don't know, it's interesting. But of course, you know, it wasn't going to be cheap anyway. The more that things evolve, the less likely it's going to be, you know, cheap. Not saying that we're all cheap, but you want things to be reasonable, right? So I get that. So, which is why I'm also not in a big time hurry to get it. Doesn't need to be anything as a hurry. It's all about, you know, just chilling, see what you can do at the time, and I'll get it when I get it. It'll probably be waiting for me in April, most likely. Not implying anything, I'm just saying it'll be waiting for me in April. Now, not only that though, speaking of which, Wonder Woman's coming. She's coming in December. That's good. It's good that the movie's finally coming out. I mean, it's a shame that I don't get to go ahead and do that whole double feature thing, like when I go to the movies and then I go ahead and I hop to another theater. And I go ahead and I watch them both back to back. I was hoping to do that with that movie and Black Widow. But, I mean, at least it's a good step up. I mean, what with the momentum of that new trailer for the Snyder Cut, I mean, like that's pretty good. But I wonder this, is it going to help out in terms of storytelling? I mean, like, where exactly is the DCU going to go from here in terms of continuity? But then again, dare I say that word, continuity, right? Like we're still playing with continuity, huh? Isn't the Flash supposed to be coming soon to be messing up the timeline? So we'll have like all these infinite Earths happening? Which, by the way, we didn't hear anything about that either. Of course, that's getting... Quite a lot of movies have gotten pushed back, so... Yeah, but I also heard that Wonder Woman was coming to theaters, too. And I didn't hear any announcement about theaters opening up. So... I don't know. But then again, there are some places that didn't close down. Some of you red states out there. Oh, whoops. I said we weren't going to do political things. But you know what? I just did that as a gag. No, we're not going to talk about political stuff. Not this time. And I've also been preparing for J360 Jams, which is happening tomorrow. That's right. Give yourselves a pat on the back, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to another jam sesh. And it is happening tomorrow. The lineup is looking good. And a couple of artists have told me about a new song that they have. And they wanted me to play it for them for the first time. So you get to see a action-packed premiere happen. And I know these two gents, and they are good at what they do. And the fact that they collaborated on a track, is the world ready? Are you all ready for this? There better be yeses, yes, and uh-huh. Because let me tell you this. From what I've heard, that whole thing is sweet. And it's prime right there for you all. You know what I mean? It's just going to be an excitable show. And not to mention, like, quite a few people out there are actually making their debut. And then, of course, there's some new singles that have been released by some of the artists. It's going to be a slamming show. I'm telling you that right now. Whew. It just feels so good to be back behind the mic and giving you guys all this new information. Which, by the way, I know it's weird, right? The J-Man show for this week went ahead of a mini bite. It's not uncommon. It happened before, but I'm going to tell you this. What's going to happen is we're going back to the old way of doing things because the mini bites is getting their time slot again. They're going to be back on Tuesday, whereas the J-Man show is going to, well, yeah, obviously it's going to stay on Wednesday for the most. And then, Jams will always be on Friday. And then we'll see what happens on, Thursday is a pretty open spot, isn't it? No, Thursday is the make or break day. And for those of you J360 fans out there that don't know what that means, well, that's when you got to do your catching up. In case, like, any of the shows run late. Just saying. Other than that, though, yeah. Nothing too new happening right now, folks, except for what's going to take place tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I know this episode was a little late, but let me just tell you this, right? I was doing a lot of testing around here. This is a lot different. Jams is not going to run late. Nope. You come on back around this time. That's Spreaker.com/J360 Radio at 10 p.m. Eastern time zone. So that would mean 9, make the adjustment in any sort of time zone you're at. But it definitely happens at 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So y'all take care of yourselves until then. This is the J-Man signing off. I will catch you all laters.
Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.